few different types of beers. I mean, you got me on that one, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still widely respected. It ain't like that sucks.
No, he don't suck. I'm just saying, like when it's somebody that's really, really good, like they normally like put the shackles on.
Put the clamps on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or they hold them and they don't call it.
I mean, they're very great. But the league they getting better.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's still
holding. He's got to get better at getting off it.
Well, hello, everybody. Mark Holmes here with my Sunday afternoon gang here. Let me introduce everybody. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. It's been the weekend from hell for me with the power loss. But you know what? I'm actually blessed because, you know, it was a few trees, a little damage to the truck and all that, but everybody's okay. So just count your blessings. But over here, we have Too Shy, Mr. Clarence, MIA, because a lot of times you look for him, he's missing in action. In fact, he's wanting to be missing in action right now because he's a little camera shy. Say hello, everybody, Clarence, to everybody. Now, here's the thing. Here's what's hilarious to me was when I met Clarence. I was actually going to the post office to mail some packages out, some Jobu shot glasses or T-shirts and stuff, and I get out of the vehicle. And all of a sudden, this SUV pulls up and it's just, "You're Mark Holmes."
Oh, like I see it.
And I was like, "Yes." "What's up?"
Don't rob me.
And so, no. No, it was like it was the FBI or some shit that was a sting operation about to come in here and all that. But my man, Clarence helped me out tremendously on doing the tailgate at Dallas. And he's actually an integral part of what we're planning right now for the draft. We got everybody here today because we're working on our plans for the draft. So next, of course, we have Dak Prescott's doppelganger.
I wish.
Michael Holmes, Michael Anthony Fitness. Say hello to everybody, Michael.
How's it going?
Okay. We have my man, John, over here, YouTuber. I know you guys are subscribing to him. If you haven't, come out from under the rock and take care of my man, John.
DMV, Dallas Cowboy, here to stay.
And of course, the man who needs no introduction.
None.
The man who's working on the turntables. Okay. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm old. Do you still use turntables?
Yeah, but not the vinyls. I'm on the digital now.
I'm so old. But my man,
Portability, baby. Portability.
my man, Urban, tell everybody about you and your channel, my man.
What's going on, y'all? If y'all don't know who I am, come up from under that rock, like he said. It's your boy E2 Blue. E2 Blue Entertainment is my channel. Subscribe to your boy.
Well, Jason, I appreciate it, man. I don't know about the best Cowboys channel. We're striving to be the best, man, but we got a ways to go. And it is true. Mike does look like a linebacker version of Dak Prescott. But yeah, I wish he made that kind of money and would take care of Dad like that.
Well,
we already know
he's a linebacker.
He's a linebacker that played quarterback.
That's right.
But
Hi, I'm Dak Prescott.
Greek yogurt.
stop calling yourself older brother. Okay, no, I'm old. It's flat. It's all good because it's not. I'm saying I'm old like it's a bad thing. I actually am proud of the fact that I am 52 years old and I'm still alive, and seeing the things that I've seen. For me, you got to understand the fact that this thing right here, this cell phone, you got more power right here than what they had when they went to the moon. And that's right. I remember when they went to the moon. That's how old I am. So when I say that I'm old, I actually think it's kind of a cool thing because I've seen a lot, been through a lot and all that. But we're sitting here talking about the draft, and we're planning on a draft trip. We're going to call it the Draft or Bust Tour, and it is going to be off the chain. Guys, what do y'all think about it?
All I gotta say is, everybody who's watching this right now, you guys are in for a big treat. I mean, we're talking about it right now. We're planning everything, and you guys got to just get in on this because I'm telling you, it's gonna be huge.
Yeah, it's gonna be huge. I personally, I just got a new job, so I really want to go down. I'm definitely gonna catch that flight on Friday. I'm gonna catch these guys down there. Like, gotta make it happen. You guys should make it happen too.
Well, here's the thing. What we're planning on doing, we've actually been looking at some different RVs that we're going to rent an RV, probably like a 32, 34-foot one, and we're going to be driving, so we're going to be live streaming the whole freaking trip. So we're leaving Virginia, we'll go through Tennessee, we'll go through probably Arkansas, you know,
Texarkana,
yeah, all that. So, you know, you'll see the sights and sounds, and we'll be talking about the draft. And of course, when we get there, it's going to be interactive because we want you guys to come by because we're going to be cooking Joe Boo's wings. We're going to have Joe Boo's Mojo Punch. We're going to
haven't
have.
had yet.
Oh no! Look.
Wait, there's a Mojo Punch?
Oh, you haven't had.
I haven't had it yet.
You haven't had Mojo.
No, remember I was sick when you did FedEx Field. I didn't make that trip.
Damn.
I had that punch and I was dreaming when I went to bed.
You heard it here first.
But didn't it taste good though?
Good.
Look, okay, it's got. Well, thank you, Chaz. I appreciate, man. You actually, I tell you what, Chaz, you are the first one that's going into the draft drawing here. We're actually going to be giving away some stuff. I have some pieces from the old Texas Stadium because we're going to do some fundraisers to help raise some cash for this thing. Because, like I said, I want this thing to be something that everybody talks about. Like, man, can you believe what the Joe Boo Sports Report did in Dallas? Because, like I said, that Mojo Punch, we're talking about coconut rum.
Okay.
We're talking about spiced rum. We're talking about cherry brandy. We're talking about some beer going in there. We're talking about 7-Up. We're talking about pineapple juice. We're talking about orange juice. Oh, and we're also talking about 151.
What?
And you put that stuff together. But I know it sounds like, oh, but no, I'm telling you, man.
It sounds like a great time.
I tell you what, we at FedEx Field, I think we made 3 5-gallon buckets of it.
Gone by the time we went.
Boom. I think in Dallas, I think we made 4 of them. And man, they were like, man, let me have some money. I mean, because we had people when we were tailgating that were at other tailgates that were coming over to. Oh man, we had a ball. So we're gonna be doing that. So we'll be talking about pre-draft, during the draft, after. My man has how many foot projection TV?
I believe the thing. It's like 12 feet. The thing is huge.
Oh man.
The thing's huge. It's a driving theater.
Okay, so we have a 12-foot projection TV that will be there at the draft. I can donate in beers. Well, you know what? We'll definitely need some of that. William Fuller, shout out to you, man, in Texas. I'll be honest with you guys. I got to turn it over to these gentlemen because I've been so busy between cutting trees, trying to get the power back on, trying to take care of my fish tank and all that. I don't know jack about what's been going on in the combine. You two have been watching a lot more than I have.
Yeah.
You were talking about Vita Vea pulled his hamstring.
Yeah, he pulled.
Look, we got enough hamstring pulls in Dallas already.
He'll be all right.
Yo, you know what? Maybe you should come up with a dish called the Dallas hamstring.
Oh no, we don't want to even mention hamstrings with our Cowboys.
Like I mean, like where it's like some kind of a
Piece of
turkey
ham
leg
with some string cheese.
I think we should try and get DJ. Try and get DJ Moore for wide receiver.
You know, I really like DJ Moore. He had a really good combine. I'm even higher on him now than I was. I thought that like maybe he would be good at the 81st pick or something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually opening up to the top 50 pick with DJ Moore.
But what I'm thinking is, as far as receivers go, I'm thinking that they're looking for one in the third round because they're gonna. I'm pretty sure they're gonna go defense, either D-line, linebacker,
Or offense.
or yeah, well,
yeah,
but not receiver. Though.
Guard.
I don't see them going with a receiver.
Chris Senior said all he knows is that a one-handed linebacker ran faster than Zeke.
Oh,
he ran faster than a lot of people.
He also outlifted a lot of people too.
And I made
He
this
out-
comment
he outran
earlier when we
Julio,
were
too.
off camera. That one-handed guy. Again, he's lived like that his whole life, so that's normal to him. So, you know, we look at things like, oh, how does he do that? But that's normal to him.
He been getting by.
And he's gonna get by. He's gonna be
Not even getting by, but excelling.
He's gonna be great. In the NFL.
Dwayne, Dwayne, let me ask you something here. You're an Eagle fan and things like that. I'm just curious. And if you go, you should wear all your Eagles gear. Lord knows I wore my Cowboys gear loud and proud when I was in Philadelphia. But I'm just kind of curious. How is it that you guys? I don't remember you being on. How do you guys always find my channel? Every time I go, it's just like I'm tripping over Eagle fans. What's up with that? What's happening, Jag, the Joker man or Jester? How you doing today, man? You still got lucky and got my boy Calais Campbell.
Wait, we have a Jay Garner on here?
Do we?
Yeah.
You may have a troll that's
Is that a troll or is that a cousin?
Yeah, because I kept saying Gardeners too, and I knew it wasn't you.
okay. What do you think of DJ Chalk?
He ran. He was was he the fastest receiver?
Yeah, he had ran the fastest time.
I'm
But
not so sold on his hands.
Brian Broaddus said that he said that he ran fast, but he's got a lot of bust potential.
I'm not sold on his
Everybody
hands
got
so
bust
much.
potential. I mean, okay.
I saw a lot of Terrence Williams.
But they were saying that he's not as he can run, but he's not as great as catching the ball and playing in the offense as we think he is. To me, he's like another Terrence Williams.
Yeah, he's exactly Terrence Williams. He's just probably a little bit faster than Terrence Williams. But I mean, if we're looking at maybe 5th, 6th round, where we got to get one of those picks where we have 2 picks per round or whatever,
But the thing
I'm
is,
not against it.
The thing is, you want more than just speed, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
You want him to excel in his route running too. We have a lot of receivers that are average at most in route running. We need somebody that can come in that can be that route runner, and somebody that's solid in that. Because you don't want to keep having the same guys that's the same.
Well, we don't have, but that's the problem. We don't have any speed.
Jay Garner said he used to live in Springfield and Alexandria.
Oh.
That's got to be a cousin
That might be
somewhere.
a cousin.
That's gotta be family.
He
That's
goes
gotta
by
be family.
Jay.
Yeah.
That or a stalker.
It's got to be family. Garner family's pretty big in the area. Pretty big, so.
Calvin Ridley.
Well, we
I know you said that he scares you. Why does he scare you?
This frame scares me. That's all it is. This frame. And he won't go across the middle from one of them.
Okay.
You don't want to see that going across that middle.
we spoke about him. He's a slot receiver, right?
Oh, he's outside.
He's outside.
Mm-hmm.
He can do it all. They move him around too. Are we sure that he doesn't go across the middle, or does Alabama not require him to do that? Because see, we didn't know that Julio could do
I think
half
it's more
the
about
stuff that he
Alabama
could.
not allowing
Yeah.
him to do that.
Can I be a manager? I appreciate that, but no, they're not going to hire me, unfortunately. Mystic Pump believes that Calvin Ridley is the perfect man for Dak Prescott.
I do think he is. I think he is too.
He is.
It's just that are all our needs going to be gone? Like bigger needs going to be gone before 19. I don't even know if Calvin's going to last at 19.
But that's not even an option.
You know what? But here's what's going to be interesting.
Quarterback's gonna be taken
The
first.
quarterback. Now, again, I have not seen much. So I'm just going by what I've been hearing. But I'm hearing that the quarterbacks look really good.
Quarterbacks usually go first.
If you've got these guys that people think that, hey, maybe I can get one of these guys, you might get 4 that go before us.
Yeah.
If you take those 4 off the board,
That's 14.
okay, so that
Baker
means
Mayfield
right.
is
All of a sudden, that
player.
starts meaning that you're still going to get some really good players that are going to fall.
Yeah.
So the next question will be: is what is the position that's going to be a run for? Edge rushers are always going to go. So you never know. He could. I honestly believe either Calvin Ridley or either Bay. One of those two. I still think there's one of the Cowboys draft a nose tackle that.
Draft one that versatile that can do something.
But they're also not going to tell you what they're doing either.
Yeah. Just like they told you they love Dez yesterday, but they also told you that he got to work his depth. So
that's Jerry
exactly.
Jones. That's
it's
Jerry Jones.
lying season right
We
now.
love him, but it's
Well,
a bit-
okay, hold on.
That's Jerry Jones.
Let's back up on that.
Jerry
Okay,
Jones
here's what you got to understand is, and I have said this for a long time. Here's what the Cowboys do: bait and switch, good cop, bad cop. Jerry Jones is the dog whistle. He's the guy that's out front saying all kinds of crazy stuff, and everybody follows over to listen to what Jerry says. If you really want to know what's going on, being, Des Bryant, and it's not out of the question for us. Steve Jones, he's the one. There's a whole lot of crazy things that never happen.
Yeah.
But most of the time, Steven Speed
You got to listen.
followed that,
Yeah.
okay? Steven's been talking about from the beginning of the season that Zeke needs to be accountable for what goes on. The only TMZ article you've seen, which was today, was them basically asking Lyle Collins and Tyron Smith, is Zeke Elliott partying?
He was with his mom.
Okay?
Yeah.
So
At a
Zeke,
event.
you don't hear anything about it. So that's the message that gets sent from him. And when you hear Stephen Jones go out, I can't think that Stephen Jones is going out and doing this on his own, but when he says that we got to sit down and talk, you know, that your antics are a distraction and things like that, Stephen Jones is the one that's leading that, and he is the Turk, if you ask me. And everybody says I'm crazy. I still think that this is the same thing that we went through with DeMarcus Ware. DeMarcus Ware, there wasn't any off-field issues. There weren't any on-the-field meltdowns or anything like that. It was $16 million, and it was a business. And that's the key thing that Stephen Jones keeps saying. Business, business, business. And
But you see on the back end of that, there's even all of a sudden he's starting to change his tune now. As the days go by,
well,
he's like,
and some of that may be that they're trying to
he may take a pay
negotiate
cut.
through it. But
also too, if you make him take a pay cut, and
It's
it'd be
a risk
wrong
to it.
right? Because if they make it in incentive based, the issue with that is, if he does produce
Perform,
next
yeah.
season, then he's like, okay, well, give me my money back. And then if they start coming saying that, oh, we can't give you your money, then now we have a
Yeah.
pissed off Dez Bryant.
right, so I think that's the worst thing you can do is just to force him to take a pay cut. But I believe, and this is what my eyes were opened up. A guy said to me, "You are an independent contractor. You get a 1099 at the end of the year. You are your own company." He said, once they cut Peyton Manning, they let a Manning go, that lets you know that anybody can be cut. Think about that. Peyton Manning won a Super Bowl there in Indianapolis. We can kick him to the curb.
Andrew Luck need them too.
Well, in hindsight, they should have kept him longer because now they might have had another chance at another ring with him.
They could.
But it is what it is. But here's the thing:
Amen.
if the Cowboys are going to do it, they need to do it in the next week.
Yeah.
Even if you end up saying he's going to be a June 1st cut, let him go. If you make him that June 1st cut, we get more money out of it. But you don't want to hold on to him for another month or whatever and let the opportunity for him to play someplace else. Because one, that's bad between you and him, but it sets a precedent against everybody else that looks at it and says, well, look how they did this.
Yeah.
Oh, man, Law wants to know if I'm doing Law, if I had set it up differently, we could have done call-ins. But I didn't set it up that way, and I'm not sitting at my desk for you to Skype in. Let me see. Let me think.
good, Law?
Tell you what, Law, give me a second, and you can Skype in, okay? Law Nation's in the house, my man.
What's good, Law?
See now I know we're doing something right when we can get somebody like Law Nation. And guys, Law Nation is killing it. Law Nation is actually going to have a meetup in Dallas, and when I get him on Skype on here, he can tell you all about it. But that'll be my dream. But unfortunately, I'm in Virginia, so it's kind of hard to do one of those in Dallas. But hold on, let me grab my other computer, and we will Skype you in, Law. Okay, y'all keep talking. I just got to get up, and I'm old, so understand.
I'm gonna see what guys working.
So let me see some of these questions, man.
wanna see some of
Somebody asked a question. Lamar Jackson. If Lamar Jackson falls to us,
No.
then what? Agreed.
No.
No, I don't
No.
think he's that good, to be honest.
No.
Just the way he talks, I don't think.
This is the thing, even
like
Michael
the
Vick
speech.
said himself, he's a little meek, and that's what everybody's hung up on. They're like, oh, we could get a Mike Vick, but we don't have room for that in our offense.
The thing about quarterback is, guys,
And he's not going to try.
it's not like receiver where you can get two of them on the field at the same time, or cornerback or defensive end.
Right.
Like you have a quarterback, you can't put one in for this series and then one in for that series.
You do know the Cowboys tried that at one time.
They did.
I'm old enough to remember when that happened.
And how
Between-
trash were we when they did that?
Okay,
Exactly.
okay,
It
but
causes a
you
lot
know
of
what?
confusion.
It was literally Tony Romo and Dak Prescott is what it would have been, because it was Craig Morton and Roger Staubach. Craig Morton was the guy who took the Cowboys to the Super Bowl, lost to the Colts and everything else. The guy who was consistent and stuff. And then it was Roger Staubach, who was kind of the new guy who scrambled around. You know, he sat out in the military for 5 years and stuff, but was playing really well. And Landry couldn't decide between the two of them. So he literally alternated plays. Every other... What the hell? We're watching Newborn Fan Club. We're watching this baby here with a mustache. But literally, he alternated every play. 2 shifts passing night. And being eliminated trade to Denver. So yeah, tried that before. It don't work.
It's not
It don't work. Everybody, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Mike Fitness, my man John Gardner,
blue.
and E2 Blue. We were actually here talking about planning for the draft and decided to just do a little impromptu live stream talking about the combine and everything, of course, Dallas Cowboys. And Law, if you're still watching, I'm getting my other computer turned on, so I'm going to Skype call you in as well. We're all working on we're working on a couple of really big things. Law and I both are doing some things here together. So everything here is kind of growing, and we're having a great time. And we are building towards the 2018 season. I want to know. I'm going to take a poll here.
Okay.
How are you guys feeling about the 2018 season?
I was just getting ready to say that. I'm excited about this upcoming season. I'll be honest with you.
I'm excited for
I'm glad I was looking like first before I really predict.
I'm excited for the
I
defense.
didn't know.
We will be back, guys. We will be back.
I want to see
We will
what
be
Chris
back.
Richard does
Yeah, I like
with
to see
this
what the
defense.
defense is going to do.
I want to
this
see
We'll be back.
Chris Richard's footprint on this defense.
Thank you.
That is what I am looking for right now.
Thank you.
And I am going to reiterate that on my channel. So when you guys watch
Yeah.
my channel, you're going to hear me. I'm going to be standing up on my pedestal.
Not only with that, like think
Oh,
about
Chris
this.
Richard.
We're still going to be smash mouth on offense because we're going to be able to run the football. But adding that dynamic to that footprint of Chris Richard, we're going to be back. We're going to be back.
Yeah.
I definitely feel it. And I still think we're a playoff team, even though we didn't go the way the season went. 9-7 with however much stuff that went on. That's not that bad. It could have been a lot worse.
It's 2 big things that can be big for us if we learn how to make adjustments in our offensive scheme. And again, we were still, and I said this on my channel too, we were still running the Tony Romo offense. They get this offense to be Dak friendly, and Dak gets his cohesiveness with Dez Bryant, and they can be like how him and Romo were. We'll be good on that standpoint. And another thing is too, damn, I lost my point. Shit.
Dumbass.
You heard it here first.
Well, it's about to sound funny. I know a lot of people talking about the Eagles are going to be this, they're going to be that, but not every year. Every year, Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be out for 8 to 10 weeks or whatever.
No.
Like I worry more about the Packers and how they come back more than I worry about the Eagles.
And they've done so much more with so much less. And there's no reason why we can't be like that. With the talent that we have on our team, it is no reason why we're faltering like this. It should be no reason why we lose one person and everybody else just drop off. That was my point. I'm sorry. I remember that. Depth. You got to have, your backups have to step up. And this whole thing that Jason Garrett keeps talking about, next man up, that shit doesn't make any sense if you don't
have next
players
man up good enough.
The next man has to be good enough to step up.
The next man can't be Chaz Green.
It can't be a replacement. Like you can,
That part is not.
I'm not totally down on Chaz.
Yeah,
Green.
I'm about to say,
Part of
I'm
it's
not.
Some of it's not his fault. 'Cause they didn't
It's
make the man to
not,
help
and you
him.
can tell.
They
You
didn't
can
prepare
tell.
him mentally.
He can. He was defeated in that game. If you look at his face, you can tell that, like, because there were games before that when he played, you didn't even notice him in the game.
Yeah,
And when you don't notice an offensive lineman, that means they're doing their job.
Yeah, because he replaced. Didn't he replace?
Tyron.
It was Tyron Smith in
before.
earlier games, and he did a good
Okay.
job.
Jose, actually, I meant to ask to put this out there before. Jose said, "Can we trade Dez Bryant for Landry straight up?" No. With him signing the franchise tag, basically, it's going to take a number one, if not 2 number ones, to get him, or they're going to have to negotiate down lower. And I don't see the Dolphins basically trying to jettison his, $9 million, $10 million
They're not going to
contract?
take that contract.
Well, actually, it'll be franchise tag, so it'll be 15 or 16 million to take Dez Bryant. I mean, would
They're
you?
They're not going to take Dez's contract.
Guys, we're stuck with Dez unless we cut him. We can't trade him. Nobody's gonna take that cap hit.
Yeah.
Right.
Period.
It's either one or two things going to happen. He's going to have to take that pay cut, or they're going to cut him. That's it.
Yeah.
There's no other option in this case.
Sad but true. I'm sorry, I'm old, technology challenged, Law. Trying to get this thing. I can't remember my damn
Let me
Skype
see.
password, so trying to start over here. It's like,
You're not the only one.
Like, ah.
I have so many passwords.
No, and I keep resetting it, so then I reset it on one and forget by the time I have to go set it on the other one.
And then you get an email saying, "Oh, your password has to change." It's like every 7 days you
Yeah.
gotta keep changing your password.
Yep. That's me.
What else we got?
Okay, D. Parker says we should trade down and pick up a second. What do you think about that?
I'm always a fan of trading back. To me,
but like you said, if these quarterbacks go, there's gonna be some players that we really need on this team that we can get in the
Vita
first
might
round.
be there. You never know.
Vita, if the Redskins don't pick him, because that's the only other team that I think that would trump us when it comes to Vita Vea.
Well, if we're trading back just to get a second, like, I mean, what else are we getting? We would have to get more than just a second, or else we're just giving up a chance at a good player.
I don't think that's a good move.
I would stay pat at 19
Because
and
there's
just
more
pick-
than there's more than one player that we can get. That should be there at 19 when we pick.
You got Isaiah.
well, Nation, I'm
Wynn,
trying to
Will-
call you right now.
Isaiah Wynn, Will Hernandez,
Nelson.
You got a couple of defensive line. I don't think Nelson's gonna be there. I
You
think
don't think
Nelson's
so?
gonna be top 5. I think he's gonna be gone top 5. He's the best player in the draft.
Even with those quarterbacks and
He's the best
Roquan
player. He's the
Smith
best
and
player
them
in
on-
the draft. Period. Somebody gonna pick him up top 5.
Okay.
But yeah, quarterbacks. We need Lamar Jackson to step up. I wasn't at the combine. I didn't really think that.
Somebody's gonna
I didn't think that Lamar Jackson had a first round type day
It's pro day.
yesterday. So
get him. Somebody's gonna get him in the first round because they're just gonna be enamored by the fact that he
He
looks
runs
like
that
Michael
40.
Vick. Yeah, they're gonna look at that.
What's up, man?
Hey, everybody. Oh, I know you all know Law Nation. I got Law Nation on the line here
Okay.
who's joined. I tell you what, without football, this is about the best you can do, man. We've
Okay.
had chicken wings, chili, and meatballs. How you doing today, Law?
Man, I'm fine, man. I'm doing good out here.
Well, we've been sitting here talking about the draft and figuring out our road trip. I don't know about you, but we're already ready to hit the road, man. Please tell me you're going to be joining us in Dallas for the draft.
Yeah, I'll be there live in the flesh.
All right, that's going to be perfect then. So tell me, I saw that you're going to be doing an event in Dallas at a restaurant or a bar. Tell me about that.
Yes, we should be. It is. I got the name of the bar. It's the Plano. But I got all the links. That's in one of my videos where it's going to be. So it's going to be live. It's going to be one of those things where it's, we're going to have this guy from 3-6 Mafia, the computer. I think that's his nickname.
Okay,
He's going to be there too as well.
nice. Well, and you're also part of
Gotta take care of
Dallas. Oh God, I'm having a brain fart. Dallas. What is the new website?
The Dallas Prospect.
Dallas Prospect. I'm sorry, man. Like I said, I'm old and I've been hit in the head too many times. Yeah, so you're doing all kinds of things, man. You're just blowing on up, man. I'm proud of you.
Oh man, that's you guys, man. I see you got a whole table over there, man. A round table discussion. You guys talking some good stuff over there, man.
What's going on?
Well, you know, here, like I said, what we've actually been talking about is if we were, in fact, going to be going to Dallas for the draft, but we're going to be getting a 32-foot RV. My man over here's got a 12-foot projection TV we're going to have out there. You know, I'm going to be doing my chicken wings and pulled pork and stuff.
That's his shirt.
And
He say,
we're going to be live streaming and hoping that we get you there and along with some other people and stuff. Because we got to get this Cowboys straight for this year, man. I am sick and tired of seeing everybody else, you know, winning Super Bowls, you know, over the years while we're just sitting around waiting. You know what I mean?
Yes, indeed. I know exactly what you mean. I can't wait to taste those Jobu wings, man. I know you're going to bring them, right?
Oh, man.
But everybody, guys, how were the wings today?
Man, look.
I'm about to go grab some after this, man.
All right, after this live stream, it's gonna be wing time.
But okay, so
Hey, who going to bring the beer, man? Who going to bring the
beer? No. Mojo Punch, man. Mojo Punch.
Mojo Punch. Okay. We're going to step it up. So who's going to be my designated driver?
But no, believe me, we'll have plenty to drink.
Hey, Law, I might make
Okay.
some of my fraternity blue juice and bring some to you too, man.
No, that's it. There you go.
There you
Some
go.
blue
There you
juice.
go.
All right. But listen, I haven't seen that much of the combine. Who really has impressed you so far? Who's a guy that you say
Man.
I would love the Cowboys to have?
Oh, man. Shaquan Griffin.
Mhm.
You know, we got a guy last year with half of a foot, right?
Oh, there you
That would
go,
happen,
man.
man.
Come on, man. Okay.
Now let's go get the guy with the one hand. Not to make fun of this guy's disabilities, but this guy's flying out. He ran a 4.38 out there on the field. He bench pressed 29 times on 225.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a vicious guy out there on the field. Can play anywhere out there as far as linebacker, and also he can play some safety play too as well. That guy, man, I'm just telling you, man, this guy, Shaquan Griffin, B. Parker, shout out to you for putting his name in the box. He's something special.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, okay. All right. Who else has gotten you? Like I said, I've been without power and everything. I have literally missed everything as far as the combine goes. So that's why I'm trying to get everybody to fill me in on the guys that I should be paying attention to.
Well, you know, we got a lot of guys out there as far as like what we kind of looking for. Everybody I saw everybody talking about the Will Hernandez, but don't sleep on Isaiah.
Okay.
You can still get your defensive guy with the 19th pick. If Derwin James anywhere close, you put up the money and you go grab that guy. You figure out a way to get Derwin James on this team.
I mentioned that earlier.
Well, you know, I think that
How far would you go down?
Oh man,
You
No,
would
no,
have
I mean like how
Law,
far would
Law, you would have
he
to at
have
least
to be
go
on
to
the
10,
board?
right, Law?
Yeah.
winning that last game, man, was horrible for us, man. That's all I can say.
yeah.
When beating the Eagles was the worst thing that we ever did last year, or
Right.
this year, or whatever it was, you know.
Yeah, because it basically
we
just
got
cost
to
us
get
draft
to get up,
position.
get up there and get him, you know.
You know, it was one of those things, man. It was one of those hard things. 'Cause when we got ready, when we were in that 3-game losing streak, in my mind, I kept thinking that, you know, as hard as it would be being a Cowboy fan watching my team lose, it was kind of like maybe it would have been for the better had we been basically losing down the stretch there. We weren't going to make the playoffs, so we weren't going to really make any noise. The chances were slim and none. And if we were a few places further ahead, you know, and maybe if we had gotten rid of Jason Garrett, you know, things could look a lot different.
You know, as far as his job security, he wasn't having that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, job security, everything. But, I mean, Hayden Hurst looked good, too, as well. He ran a 4.640.
yeah.
I mean, he's fast. He's an old guy. He's a young old man. That's what I'm going to call him. Young old man. Benjamin Button out there because he's 20. He's going to be 25.
Right. Okay. Well, in case you guys just joined in, I'm Mark Holmes. Of course, I've got
E2 Blue.
E.T. Blue. I've got John Gardner. I've got Michael Anthony. I've got Law Nation. And I have Missing in Action, Clarence over there. And we're just getting together, just talking about the combine today and getting ready for the draft because we're less than 2 months away from the draft. And as soon as the draft kicks off, immediately those rookies are headed to Dallas. We're going to have the OTAs and the summer workouts. So, you know, I know it's the off season, but it will be the season here before we know it.
Yes.
And I actually feel good for a couple of reasons, Law.
What's that?
Here's the thing. One of the things you got to look at and say, okay, this is actually for the benefit. The fact that Tyron Smith didn't play that last game. You know what I mean? Tyron Smith has been able to rehab and rest that body now for, 2 months?
Yeah.
You know, he's getting himself in shape, and I've actually heard some positive things about that. The fact that the whole team has been off. We didn't have any major injuries where we're looking at guys that are having back surgery or, you know, broken bones and things like that. I mean, everybody's injured, but nobody's seriously injured.
Yeah.
So
Shouldn't
that
have
bodes
issues
well
coming
for our
out.
team. And I still look at the roller coaster ride that is the season. You know, you're good one season, then you come back down to earth, and then you're good the next season. If we can have a few things go right and we get that upswing, maybe next year might be a really good year for us. Or am I just crazy?
No, man, you realistically speaking, I mean, think about this. we had a slew of things go wrong with Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh,
That back and forth, gonna play. I've had about some of these realistic guys.
yeah. But, I mean, that's the difference maker. I mean, let's be honest. Had we had Zeke, it would have been definitely a different season. I think if we had Zeke without having to worry about week after week, is he going to play or not play? I think that's screwed with his psyche even when he was out there. I still question, of course, Jason Garrett. I just hope that with Jerry Jones kind of unhappy with the season that was, that maybe that's some added pressure on him to make some other moves, especially with
The Eagles win the Super Bowl.
well, the Eagles win the Super Bowl, but maybe a new set of eyes with some of these offensive, different coaches. That maybe a fresh set of eyes. That maybe some of the coaching will also go coaching up.
Like, hey, we should do this.
You know, especially with Chris Richard.
I'm very
Yeah, Chris Richard going to add the extra spice out there. Anybody look at Richard Sherman? What was he drafted, like 6th, 7th round
Yeah.
or something like that?
Yeah.
Now, can you imagine what he's going to do with Byron Jones? Just think about it. Close your eyes and think that Byron Jones is physical against the tight end.
Yeah.
And also Byron Jones can play pretty much decent down in space. We saw what he did when he played against Randall Cobb one year. I mean, he can play down up on the line. Give Byron Jones a chance. I mean, you got Cheeto Awuzie. Maybe he still keep him at safety. At corner. I don't know for sure what he's going to do with him.
Right.
But if I'm looking at this draft, I'm getting me a safety. If not, if I don't get a Deshaun Elliott of the world, or if I don't make a trade or play for Earl Thomas, I really still have faith and confidence that Chris Richard is going to put this team on the next level. I'm quite sure that he's going to have this team top 5 defense.
Well, I'm hoping it's a change of philosophies that we're going to start being more aggressive, because if there's any more important stat to me, it's a lack of of us getting turnovers. To me, turnovers are game changers, and if you're not getting them, it's really hurting our offense. And I'm sick and tired of always hearing that our offense needs to protect our defense. I want my defense to be out there balling and helping the offense by getting the ball. And that's something that I think the philosophy has to change, that we're just going to make a great offense and, we'll just have the defense just hopefully not screw up. Forget that. I want a defense that's out there helping to win games.
Period.
Yeah,
I believe that
we can't lean on the offense, but this year, I'm telling you, man, if we got a slew of running backs in this draft too as well. I mean, if you're going to have Ezekiel Elliott, Zeke the freak out there, he's going to help the defense regardless, because he's going to run the ball and run first offense. And then that's going to help Dak. And then all we need from there is just Dak just to make those 1 or 2 plays a game, and then we just going to be pretty good. That's all I can say on that aspect of it. Zeke going to help it out.
I'm glad that you brought up running back, Law, because, see, I think that a lot of people say they really like Smith. And the way that I look at it is, I don't think that he can't be replaced. I don't think that, there's not a running back in this draft. There's so many running backs.
You talking about Rod Smith?
Yeah, Rod Smith. I think that he shouldn't be safe at this point.
No.
I think that we should be looking to get a running back in place in case Zeke does go out. I don't think Rod could take the
not the
take
lead
the load.
back.
Yeah,
not
exactly.
The lead back.
Not the
So how do you feel
left.
about Rod Smith and the security behind Zeke right now?
He's got to stay in that position.
Well, let's look at it from this aspect. You got Zeke out there, and then you're going to have the bruiser, finesse bruiser type of guy like a Rod Smith, right?
Mhm.
Got
Yeah.
those two guys. Not trying to look at the filthy Eagles. I want to call it. I call them filthy.
Yeah.
And at Clements, they had Sproles before he got hurt. Then they went out and got the Blunt, and they was at the Blunt was the bruiser. Right?
Literally got
They got the bruiser. So put this in mind. Rod Smith is our Blunt, right?
Yeah.
And Ezekiel Elliott is our every down back. What we was missing was that Lance Dunbar type of guy last year.
Agreed.
And for the life of me, I don't know why I laughed to the high heavens and cussed the team out because they flexed Alfred Morris to the outside like he can catch a pass. That was crazy,
Law, like he was saying, like with our running back class, and even like you said with the Eagles, what they did with their 3 running backs. When you look at what they did in the Super Bowl, every running back played. I think everyone scored, didn't
Yeah, every one of them scored.
Yeah, I mean, and they use each one of their running backs for their strengths.
Or they can use 2 running backs on the field at the same time.
And we don't do that. And I don't understand why we don't do that. I mean, Alfred Morris,
Jobu wings.
to me, Alfred Morris is still good. They can use everybody for their strengths. If we did that, we would be unstoppable on offense. And then you still have the threat of Dak running the ball too. I mean, it's endless possibilities that we can do. They're just not being creative.
This is the thing with Alfred Morris, and I love the way Alfred Morris run. But the thing is,
no
the
threat
difference
to
with
pass.
we saw between Alfred Morris and Rod Smith is that Alfred Morris don't finish his runs. Rod Smith would lean and plunge and get the first down.
Yeah,
Alfred
And Alfred Morris is not good at
yards,
catching the ball.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
And then he was a liability out there on the backfield catching. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't catch nothing.
Now, one thing that is underrated about Zeke Elliott, though,
Alfred Morris.
Zeke Elliott is a hell of a blocker.
Oh,
Yeah,
He'll clean
yeah. He'll clean.
He can
clean
take
up
care of that, that blitzer
Yeah.
on his way out, and that was one of those things that was missing truly when he was out. Was
Hold
that
on.
his blocking the backfield?
Did y'all see these wings?
Oh yeah, we
I think I can smell the wings over here in Dallas.
Wait
man.
for the
God, I
comments,
want
wait
some
for the
wings, man.
yeah, but man, I'm excited as can be about this season coming up. You know, I'm hoping that we'll do better than we did last year, but
The defense, yeah, great.
we're so close. That's what really hurts more than anything else. When you see us at 13-3, knowing that we had a better team than Green Bay Packers, coaching still bothers me.
You're just gonna keep bothering you.
It's
Don't say that, man. Come on, man.
But the thing is, I'm looking at this draft, and there's guys that I know that are really good players that won't be good fits for us.
because we don't know how to use them.
Exactly. We don't know how to make our team a living, breathing element where the team, we shape our team around the players and our philosophy. Like we just have this cookie cutter image,
And I
we
said
just stay there.
And I said the same thing on my channel when I did my rant. I mean, it's frustrating. I said,
Yeah.
look, I understand the rest of y'all Cowboy fans. Like I understand. Like it's frustrating to watch our team and see other teams doing
If we need to,
more
put
with
some more.
less. I mean, we got beat by a crippled Green Bay team, and I mean, it comes down to coaching at the end of the day.
Like every year
We got to do better. We got to
Well,
do better.
Here's the thing that bothered me was a couple days ago, Jason Garrett said that Dak Prescott needs to improve in all phases, and I agree with that.
Yeah, but
I agree.
what about
Everybody, but here's the thing.
What about
Ev-
you?
Thank you. I was just say everybody does, because when you talk about, well, he needs to be better in the pocket awareness. What about you in clock management?
What about
What about you having more than, say, 7 passing routes? You know what I'm saying? What about you holding people accountable? Those are things that you need to say, you know what, we as a coaching staff need to do better.
It's the same thing over
But
and over.
I don't ever see that with them. And what drives me crazy is when you look at a Bill Parcells was the lightning rod that took the pressure off his players.
Oh,
Yeah.
He was the guy that, you want to talk about some crap, come get me. And he would protect his players. But too many times I see Jason Garrett basically, don't look at me, it's that guy.
No, what about the catch no catch? When we blamed Tony Romo for changing the play.
Right, yeah.
When we said,
If you ask me, it was a hell of a call.
It was. It was a great call by Tony Romo to do that.
Mm,
No,
in my
he said-
opinion.
No, it was to me too, because it was a catch. It was a play. It was.
Ultimately, it was
Well,
a
it still
kick.
wasn't.
ultimately it was a catch, but
we still would have won the game.
there was no guarantee that
But
that was one game.
Jason
We
Garrett put all
never
the
saw.
Tony
We don't know that
Romo
either.
for changing the play at the press conference.
Tony Romo, when he was at the helm, was playing. I mean, that was.
You want Hugh
that's what he
Jackson,
did.
okay.
You're always going to complain when the play don't work out, but you don't complain when it works. That's the thing.
Well, hey, Law, what do you think about the Cowboys trying to step up a little bit in free agency? I know it's against their DNA now, but I think that they need to make. I think they need to try and plug one hole in free agency.
I mean, it's right there on the wall. We just need those 1 or 2 guys to make that splash. And I don't know what it is. It's regardless of free agency, they
There's
just
a
need
guy
to
with
make
the
a
one
trade. Robert Quinn was out there. We saw that trade happen. What's your
Damn.
4-3-8.
Griffin just ran a 4.3.8.
Queen Griffin, the first attempt.
You didn't know that?
Damn, no, I didn't. Man, I've been cutting trees, man.
Look,
Damn.
he is
Get me
fast.
with that one.
He is fast. Someone's gonna pick him up.
Who just did what? Now what y'all talking about?
Round.
They talking about
your boy Shaquille
Sam's.
Griffin.
He might go in the first round.
Oh yeah.
No, he won't go in the first round.
You never
Yeah,
know.
he's-
4.38.
He's a tweener.
Yeah, he is a twin.
If he's there in the third round, we should pick him up. Maybe in the fourth.
Well, I still think that we need to make a move for Earl Thomas.
Because we do need a linebacker.
You know what?
I want Earl Thomas.
Yeah, I
Like
want
said,
Earl, too.
He would be good to, and I said this in my channel too. He would be a good guy to coach up those young guys.
Yeah,
and,
mentor.
you know, right? Lead by example,
If he was here for 2 years.
and hopefully we get some secondary players in the Pro Bowl final.
B. Parker, no, I don't want Wilkerson. Sorry. We're talking about attitude problems,
Oh, yeah.
showing up late and everything else. No.
That's why he got cut.
I mean, I hate to say that, he's not a Jason Garrett type guy, but that's not the type of guy. Now, I'm going to say, this is going to be the one that people are going to say, well, you're just saying it because you know him. But, and I said the same thing about Calais Campbell last year. If you guys want to make a difference on defense, if the Jets do not step up in the next 7 days and pay DeMario Davis,
I don't think they will.
that would be the guy I would target in free agency. Middle linebacker, 137 tackles last year, 97 solos, and 5 sacks, and didn't miss a snap.
You don't think we'll be able to get both him and Earl Thomas?
Oh, that's my dream. If we got the
could get
two
both
of them,
that's all we need in free agency, and draft the rest of our needs.
free agency and a trade. And if Vita Vea fell to us, we're top 5.
You gotta get that. You got Vita Vea in the first round, and then you go get Earl Thomas and DeMario Davis in free agency. Bro, sky's the limits, man.
Well,
Cowboy fans,
I can always dream. I can always dream.
You got to be happy about
So
that.
there's a coach
Might
that
be
I
one of
coach
them.
with, and he said he's the head coach of the high school that I coach at, and he said in any sport that you play in, the middle of the field, wherever you control the middle of the field, you control the game. And if you look at our team, we're not controlling the middle of the field
Not at all.
on defense.
It's always wide
So when you say Vita Vea, DeMario Davis, Earl Thomas, we're controlling the middle of the field.
Mm-hmm.
We could that might be what we're missing at this point.
Oh,
I agree.
well, see, okay.
I
and-
agree
and
wholeheartedly on that.
here's what I can tell you about DeMario Davis, because the guy is wise beyond his years. He is constantly thinking about getting better.
Yep.
And he's a leader. As he puts it, I'm a field general, and it's my job to make sure everybody's ass is in position. And I have to lead by example.
That's what we need on the team.
I love Sean. I love Sean Lee. Sean Lee is incredible when he's playing, but Sean Lee is not that vocal guy up in there.
He's
And that's what to me is missing. You need that guy who's it's my
funny they
defense.
say
I'm
he's
in
quiet,
charge.
But then there's other times when he's mic'd up, you hear him yelling and cursing at the other players. So it's like, is he a sometime leader, or because it's not like he's always quiet all the time. He does voice himself.
The thing is with Sean Lee, he is a dog. If he can play, if he was healthy, if he was and not crazy, if they put him in the middle linebacker,
But he can't take those. He can't take on those linemen like that though anymore.
He be throwing his body out there.
he would lead the league in interceptions again, as a middle linebacker. So it's just that they moved him out so they can save his life. 'Cause
Right.
That's right.
He's everywhere.
Yeah. And I also think that we need a safety with experience. Basically with free agency, you're renting a guy for 2 years. You're going to pay him a whole bunch of money, but generally speaking, the shelf life is 2 years. But if you can get 2 years out of Earl Thomas, who knows the system that Chris Richard is putting out there, and can teach the guys you have, and have a little bit of edginess, I'm telling you, we need guys that punch receivers in the mouth in that 5-yard chuck. Get them off of their routes, and get them thinking about, am I going to get punched in the mouth? Because we don't have that on that defense right now, and I really want to see that.
I have a question for you, Law. So I was watching a video that you did on Kenny Vaccaro, right? And I wasn't huge on Kenny coming out of school, but watching your video, he definitely got better with range. So if we can't get Earl Thomas, how comfortable would you be with Kenny Vaccaro?
Kenny will be a vocal leader on his team.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he's a student of the game now that he's been healthy for the last 2 years. Kenny had problems with range and coming out of college, but as we can see now, he take better angles, he's better out there in space to his well, and he's a true safety. So, I mean, you got Jeff Heaths of the world, you got the Kevon Frazier, but Kenny would elevate this team so much, man. You're just talking about a guy that's going to be able to just create turnovers. You know, that's what we need out there outside of Jeff Heath.
We need that. We definitely do.
Corey, you get your shout out there, buddy. How's that? Okay. Yeah, I really think that the team has to look at this and say we do need to make a little move instead of doing our Nolan Carrolls and DeMontre Moores, bargain basement shopping. We really need to get a guy that's really going to plug one of these holes this year. Yes, Dallas Cowboy Talk. I got my power back late last night, thank God. And, we're looking at the combine here. Like I said, I'm just trying to get caught up and stuff. We got Law Nation on the line here with us. And we've been eating chicken wings, just having a ball here, watching at least the combine workouts.
You sure did. He almost stepped out the line.
Yeah.
Kenny or Earl? Which one would you rather have?
Man, I'll beat down the door to get Earl.
Thank you.
Either or, but I want Earl Thomas.
No, I'd rather have Earl
I only
Thomas.
threw Kenny out there in case we couldn't get Earl.
Well, no,
You got to think about that. We wouldn't be the only team that wants
Are
Earl.
they gonna release him, but you're gonna have to trade for him? Though.
Yeah, but
We got a slew of picks. We got. Hey, look, we got to part with some picks.
okay, right, because you're not going to be able to get all 10 of them and be able to sign them all. But here's the thing: when you look at what people have been trading for,
Yeah, for mid-round.
you haven't been going. This isn't like Darrelle Revis getting a first and a fourth going to Tampa. This is chump change.
Yeah.
If it ends up being a third-round pick to get Earl Thomas, I'm okay with that.
Me too.
Because I think Seattle's done with
I would
him,
give up
so
a third and a fourth.
Yeah,
Well, Seattle is at the point of
You may not have to give them a whole lot of.
See, I think Seattle is at the point of the locker room being a problem.
So they're rebuilding.
I think from that Super Bowl, Richard Sherman was still always pissed off about not getting that extra ring there.
Yeah.
And so there was always a contention. That's why they tried to trade him last year. And I think they've gotten to the point where they look at it and say, okay, we're spending a lot of money on Cliff Averill, who hurt his. I'll call you back, Mom. I think they're looking at saying it's time to start over. That's why you end up letting Chris Richard go, because I think he was part of that pissed off locker room that thinks they should have a second ring.
Right.
So, they're saying, we want a king's ransom, but nobody's getting a king ransom for trades these days.
No.
So,
Take what you can get.
right, if they got a legitimate third-round draft pick for him, I think that they'd be okay with that to get rid of that salary to start all over.
And another thing too, Earl Thomas wants to be a Cowboy.
That's the key.
That's the thing. And then his coordinator is here, so
But that could work against us too, because Seattle, knowing that he wants to be here, we want him.
they might
here.
try to make it hard. But I don't know.
They might ask more from us than they would ask from anybody else.
That could go either way. But since they are quote unquote done with him,
But again, you got Chris Richard, coach he likes. He wants to be here. He was wanting to be here before they had Chris Richard.
he's gonna be like,
Okay, so now you're saying, he really
You
wants to
just
be
cut
here.
me.
We have a
Hey,
need there. Okay, if it does cost you, look, the bottom line is you need him there.
As long as we're not giving up what we gave up for Roy Williams, I'm good.
no.
Two number one. Oh, no. Those days are long gone. But here's the other thing you got to look at.
Hey,
too.
we saw this story before. We saw this story before last year with Seattle. They did that move with the beast mode, right? They had to trade him.
Yeah.
They got rid of. Do anybody know the numbers on that contract?
How the
You know,
Cowboys are building their offense.
Oh shit.
Marshall. But it's still the same type of scenario, right?
You're right.
Jerry Jones says they're trying to build a back-friendly offense.
Didn't I just say that?
Well, see, it's probably old news because on their YouTube channel.
But I've been saying that for the last week though.
But that's
Yeah.
probably still old news because on their YouTube channel.
Yeah, for them.
Because
it's
they're always
over.
late.
But I said it at the time.
I'm sure you're not the only one that said it before they posted on their YouTube channel.
Well, we got Stephen Jones mentioning that Orlando Scandrick, right? So what about if we trade straight up? Orlando Scandrick for Earl Thomas and maybe conditional pick if based on performance. Because
Scandrick's
maybe
only
they do
worked
something
3
like
million.
that.
His contract isn't that crazy
Oh.
either.
Like conditionals, like
Yeah, I just heard
maybe
it.
a third or fourth
Right.
conditional if he performed with 3 or 4 interceptions, blase, you know.
Yeah.
That might get hamstring.
Yeah,
But
good
I don't
luck with
think-
that. He
But I
couldn't
don't
get
think
3-4 interceptions if he was on the field by himself with the jug machine.
No, I'm talking,
Orlando.
I'm talking about Earl Thomas on our
Oh.
end.
About to say, Orlando Scandrick can't catch out of,
I'm not seeing what the
couldn't
trade.
catch to save his life. All them interceptions he dropped.
Yes, indeed, man.
But
Man.
I don't think that I don't think that trade that's not gonna. We're just gonna. If we get Earl Thomas, I'm pretty sure it'll just be picks.
They probably will be.
Yeah, I looked
It's not
at the
gonna be
video
full
the other day. I was about to do a film session on him. Kurt Coleman, you guys remember him?
Yeah.
yeah.
That guy had 21 interceptions collectively. When the last time Cowboys, anybody on the roster had that many interceptions? And I kept laughing
Shit,
at
that's
everybody
his
putting
average
down, oh,
average
he's a bomb, he's this and he's that. Watch how he goes to the Saints and get by 5 or 6 interceptions this year.
It's because of how the DBs play, man. It's because they always have their back 8 yards off the ball, but they still have their back to the football. They're never in a position to drive on the
They're
football
not.
and
They're not.
make a play.
And they're not looking either. They don't look back at the ball.
Or we also don't have any inside pressure where the quarterback's off his back foot or anybody's like knocking the hand of the quarterback and it's a deflected pass or anything.
We do sometimes. We like sometimey with it. Like
But if-
you get a game where like you'll see David Irvin get like 3 sacks or just pummeling the quarterback, and it's like, oh my God, we got a dominant defense. In the next game, it's like, did we even get a sack this game?
Or if the ball's tipped up in the air, hits the ground because nobody's around it.
It was a fifth round pick in 2018 to Seattle in exchange for Lynch and a 6th round pick coming back. They gave up chump change for him.
Okay. They ain't going to give a chump change for Earl Thomas, but
No.
maybe we can work something
Why wouldn't
similar
they
to
do
that.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's going to take, that big a play. I mean, they were trying to get number 1 last year for Richard Sherman, which was way, way high, but I think a 3rd round pick.
Third, maybe a late fourth.
We got 2 fourths. We could get rid of a 4th.
The compensatory pick. You could trade
Compensatories
them
are tradable this year.
Yes, they are, for first time.
I think they would get rid of him for a 4th pick. To be honest with you.
Well, I'm okay with that.
The third and the fourth. Maybe.
I'd be more than happy
You
with
wouldn't
that.
have to give
Compensatory
both of
pick.
them. You wouldn't have to give. No, the 3rd. We only have 1/3. The 3rd is just our regular pick.
We got Gathers. Okay.
See, we don't know about Gathers yet. We can't.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's still.
Lots of potential.
Maybe that's part of the change that we need. Because, I mean, yeah, I love Jason Witten to death. Don't get me wrong. Jason Witten's a Hall of Fame. He's decorated and all of
We
that
just
stuff.
have to know how to incorporate.
We don't know what we have behind him or unless it happens.
And like the conversation we had before the last time we were here off camera, I was always high on some of the tight ends we had, like James Hanna. Like we have good tight ends, and a lot of them
They
are
have a
good
problem
blockers.
staying healthy though. James Hanna
I like
always
Swain.
getting hurt.
I like
Well, a lot
Swain.
of it is hamstrings. I mean,
Well, I'm hoping that the change in
with the New York
strength
they
coach.
did. We did sign a new
Can
strength
a
coach.
brother get a ballerina bar or something and work?
Something. But they have one though. They have.
They
one
need
now.
that. They need one in every locker, man, because these guys pull more hamstrings in Dallas than anywhere else.
But it's funny because you get players like in the collegiate career, they don't get hurt at all, and then they get to the Cowboys, all of a sudden they have hamstring injuries. Like I don't remember.
Man, look, you can sell
Sell
out.
underwater.
Look,
What's your
just
boy,
put some ham around a chicken thigh and call it the Dallas hamstring.
Dallas hamstring.
Oh, we got jokes today here.
Dallas hamstring.
We
Get
got
your
some
hamstring.
serious jokes today. So y'all ain't right.
We should do that for the draft.
All right.
Oh man.
Malcolm.
So you're looking at some of these comments.
So
in
so what you thinking, Law, about this season, man? What you thinking we're gonna do?
Oh man, it's another 12-4 or 13-3 year. It's an even year. Jason Garrett know how to play well when it's the even year. 2014, 2016. Now
Right
it's going to be
about that.
2018. It's something about Jason Garrett on even years.
Even
Maybe
years.
he's programmed to coach well or get good luck during the even years.
You're right about that. But you know when
Until
you
it comes to the playoffs.
I'm not a superstitious person, but then when you look at statistically, when a team gets rid of a lot of assistant coaches and a lot of coaches that are coordinators and stuff like that, but they keep their core, like their coaches, their head coach and their offensive coordinator, they don't do well that next season. But I hope that we break that mold this year.
Well, last year we didn't change anybody. We brought back the whole coaching staff intact.
Well, we had a lot of drama last year.
True.
Tons of drama.
But here's my thing. Change is good. When you do exactly, because this is the problem with the Cowboys last year. The Cowboys got drunk on their own Kool-Aid. Okay? They figured we got the best offensive line of football. We got the best running back. Okay? All we got to do is show up and maul people.
That's it. That's what they thought.
They didn't change the offense any. They did that. Yeah, when was the last time they did a play and you said, "Oh my God, I can't believe they did that"?
Detroit.
That's it.
Right.
That's it.
The Dez throw to Witten in the end zone.
And even the announcer said, "Why would you do that then? Save that play for the playoff."
Right. And they didn't do none of that in the playoffs.
Right. So
Right.
that's the problem. So they basically kept everything the same. And to me, in the NFL, if you're not changing and getting better, you're getting worse.
That's it.
Because the other teams are learning. Right now, you got 30 people in a room breaking down every single play you did, figuring out the tendencies. When you're on the 32-yard line and it's 2nd down and 8, they know exactly what your chances of what the play is going to be. And with Jason Garrett not changing anything, which is the same offense from the 90s, you pretty much got a good idea what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And it showed last year.
Yeah.
Yes, it did. What color Jason Garrett's shirt gonna be come first week of football season?
What color?
Yeah, what color is gonna be?
Oh,
He wear the same color shirt
okay.
every day.
Okay,
Jason
yeah.
Garrett would not change. It's gonna be that blue shirt every game he wear.
Well-
Every game he coaches is always that blue shirt. So he's not gonna change, guys. I hate to say
Well,
it.
you know what?
That's a
I
good
think
point.
he's on the hot seat. I think he better change a little bit this year.
Is he on the hot seat? Because every time we hear Jerry
But
Jones
okay,
keep
well,
saying,
here's
that's
the
Jerry
thing.
Jones.
he's my coach, he won MVP.
No. Okay, no, we're not hearing that he was coach of the year right now.
See, that was
Okay,
Jerry
he
Jones.
was the year before. But here's the thing.
That was Jerry Jones' part
He's
of
got
the year.
2 years left on the contract. So that means this is the contract year. You do not go ahead and you either have to re-sign him or fire him at the end of the year.
It's technically one for that.
Because you can't, you can't.
Yes, it is Dak on the couch.
You can't have him going into a final year of a contract as a head coach. You're a lame duck. You cannot do that. So you either have to re-sign him for longer or you got to get rid of him.
Yeah, that's true.
And so now you have Jerry kind of saying, the Eagles kind of won. That's bothering Jerry right now.
So now
It
you know.
has to be.
Now you know if we go 13-3 this year, his job is safe now.
That's what always happens every other year. Look, we suck. Is Jason on the hot seat? Oh, we're good. But we suck again.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like that.
Unfortunately, it's like
That's
that.
the only thing consistent about us is going
I
up
think
and
you
down.
got something with that law, that even year thing. When I started thinking about it, I was like, yeah, they really show up on even years. But then I looked at the strength
they
of the
played pretty
schedule.
well in 2012. It's just one of those
You
things
can throw
where
the str-
I
listen,
think some
throw the
injuries came
strength of
about
schedule
and
stuff
we didn't
out
win
the
the
window.
last game. So
Throw it out. Forget everybody. Oh man, we got tough. You don't know what's a tough schedule. Think about last year, the year before, all the teams that were in the playoffs that weren't this year.
Yeah.
Dallas, Green Bay, New York.
Because teams change everything.
Okay, Seattle. They were on the playoffs in 2016.
Yeah.
They weren't in 2017. So you can't really say what team's going to be. Did you think that the Giants were going to end up being? How many games they win? 3 games. Did you see the Giants be? You had.
I thought they were. At least
You had to
gonna go
look at the
9-7.
schedule at the beginning of the year and say, "Oh man, where
I
over there was
thought
it?"
I thought they were at least going to be 9.
I knew
They were a Super Bowl favorite.
I know.
Remember, I told you I wasn't afraid of the
So-
hey, it's parity in the league everywhere but New England. That's
That's
the only
right.
division that is just
Mhm.
horrible
I
division.
don't know what New England is doing. I don't
Well,
know.
it's their division. That's what it is.
Garbage.
That's got a lot to do
That's
with it.
the difference. See,
That too, with their division.
well, there's
They don't fall in love with
my man
nobody.
Clarence was just saying, it's how is it
They have
New
a
England
couple
keeps
of
doing
handful
what
of
what
players.
you don't have in New England is you don't have a debate about a Des Bryant.
No,
You do not ever have that situation. Why?
because they would have got rid of him.
Because they look at the players as, I'm going to draft them young. I'm going to keep a couple of them past 5 years that are really necessary. But the rest of them, I'm going to use them if I can to trade to get some new guys.
They got 5 consistent players that's been on the team
Well,
for longer.
right.
Than
They
5,
have
6
that
years.
problem now. They're probably gonna trade him because they have the problem with Gronk. Watch how they handle Gronk.
Gronk might retire.
Well, no, he was on the fence, but he said he's going to be back.
Watch
now.
how they handle Gronk. I bet you Gronk.
Jeremy
gets traded.
Allison, thank you very much for the super chat. I
I
appreciate
bet you
it.
Gronk gets traded.
Josie Jewell out of Iowa, great linebacker. What do you know about Josie Jewell?
I gotta do some studying on Joe.
Oh man, we've stumped my man John over
Yeah,
here.
he's stumped my man
Uh-oh.
too.
Yeah,
All right,
stumped.
he's going to do some research for you and definitely check him out. Fire Leary, okay. Free and Leary took a big crap on us. Well, hey, it's football. What can you say? I mean, that's unfortunately, as much as we like to think that football is a gentleman's sport,
Larry
it's
Newman
not.
plays.
Football is
From-
war.
Yeah, front staff dropped the ball on Leary. They supposed to tender him, but they was like, "No, we're gonna let him walk." You know.
Yeah, and that turned out to be
They
$3.99.
a
forgot. They
Should've
forgot to change the call signs.
They didn't forget. They just didn't care.
He went to Broncos. Was like, look, this is what they doing. When you see Dak do this, that's what that means. And blase.
Yeah.
You can't sit here and tell me that Von Miller knew exactly what. I mean, he's good, but ain't nobody that good. I mean, we couldn't
Wear
get
some
nothing.
shoes
off.
next time, man. Hey, dude, I'm sorry. I actually walk barefoot on gravel, dude. I hate shoes, man. With these flat feet I've got right here, man. I'm sorry, I just can't do it, man. My feet hurt too bad. So I'm sorry. You know, at least I got socks on, so you're not looking at my crusty toenail.
You got Mr. Fred Flintstone over here.
Yeah. Brady took a step down, had 5 interceptions in the last 5 regular season games. Yeah, it was a terrible year for him. Trade Irving for picks. Okay.
They're working out a contract with them.
Nah, they
They
tender.
need to sign him.
Thank you,
They
Carlin
worked out a
Jenkins. I
contract
appreciate that, man. Thanks for showing the love.
This week.
Well, you know, I hope everybody knows we've got Law Nation here on the house, and I know you guys have all subscribed to Law Nation, and if you haven't, then please come out from under the rock and check him out. Law, tell everybody where to find you.
Oh, you can find me at Law Nations on the YouTube channels and at Laws Nations at Facebook and Twitter and Instagram too as well. That's where I do all the stuff at.
Well, that's not the only place they can find you now.
Oh, and DallasProspect.com too as well.
That's right.
Guys,
Yeah.
check that out too as well. Got a lot of tons of information out there as far as blogs, sporting reviews, Dallas Math, if you're a Dallas Math fan too as well. Rangers, film reviews too as well as far as movies. So the thing is off the chart, so check that out too as well.
right.
Email me that.
Hey, Law, question. Question. Before you go, has anybody ever told you sound just like Don Cheadle?
Don Cheadle.
You sound just like him.
Oh man, I need to look him up and listen. I got a few Morgan Freemans and a whole bunch of others, but never Don Cheadle. So I'll look him up.
I can
He's
see
War
the Morgan
Machine
Freeman.
out the movie, right?
Yeah, you got the voice. Well, we're actually getting ready to get out of here on this. Man, John, tell everybody where to find you.
You guys can find me on DMV Dallas Cowboys. I've been covering the combine like crazy, so you can go see videos of people running the 40, doing the bench press, all of that stuff. Yeah, so DMV Dallas Cowboys. Just look me up on YouTube. I got my channel, so subscribe, and I'm gonna be here to stay.
All right.
YouTube. It's YouTube number capital on the end of that. Subscribe to my, like I said, I videos like I've already been, and if you guys subscribe for me, thanks a lot for that.
Michael.
Doing a Madden subscriber league, so make sure you check that out.
All right. So with that
And
being
make sure you
said,
also subscribe.
we got to get ahead and get up out of here. I want to thank everybody for joining us in here tonight. Had a great time. I hope you guys did too. We're going to be working on. I'll find out all the people that we should be working with from my buddies right here, and we'll be bringing you any news on the Dallas Cowboys. So as always, friends, I'll see you guys soon.